What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Kiana, Shaunice, and I'm back with another video. As you can see, it's going to be a Let's Talk video, and it's going to be about stepping out on faith. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it. First of all, I want to say this. If it looks like I have a booger in my nose, it's my nose ring, and if my eye jump, it's because it's something wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong. It hurts, and it's red. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. So, I recently just switched from one department to another department. Mind you, I work for the government, and I went from one department to the other department. I was in custodial, and my plan was to never, be a custodial worker. I was like, no, that's not for me. I don't want to clean toilets or whatever. But I took the position. I came from a hospital. I took the position, and I was in it. My plan was only being in it for a year, so I went on. I was cool for about a year or two, maybe 2.5 years. And around the third year, I was like, you know what? I really don't like cleaning. Like, I like cleaning my house, but I don't like cleaning other people's spaces. And it just wasn't for me, And plus, they didn't offer, I don't know what that is. They didn't offer overtime or nothing like that. So, I had to take what I, could get. My checks was always the same. And I was like, you know what? I'm looking for something better. But everywhere you went, you had to have like an associate's degree. You had to have experience in this. You had to have experience in that. You don't have to have experience to be a custodial worker. You don't. And I was just like, I need to find a position. So, I was talking to somebody, and they were saying, why don't you, come in my department? I was like, yeah, I could try. Went, looked it up. You needed to have. I even talked to a bunch of lieutenants, sergeants, or whatever. So I went. And I asked, and they was like, well, you got to have your APATA certification. I was like, well, I don't have that. And it costs like $2,600 to $2,800 just to take the class. And the way my pockets are set up, they're not fat like that. Okay? Mind you, we weren't making enough money. So, I just went on. I researched it some more. I missed the first deadline. And I went to go apply for it, and the position wasn't there again. So when the lieutenant was like, hey, why don't you go and apply for this position? They send you to school. Mind you, that's a plus right there. And you get paid while doing it. Now, when I say that what God has for you, he has for you. And, I was wondering, like, why was I in this department for so long? Because it wasn't my time to move on. I couldn't try to go. I tried to go different places, like different jobs. I was planning on leaving, I was dealing with some stuff in my department that no one should ever have to deal with. So I was going outside of the job, looking for other jobs, and they would not hire me. I was trying to figure out, why won't you hire me? I have the experience. I've done this before, so why won't you hire me? That wasn't my place to be. Where I was supposed to be at is where I'm at now. So it came down to it, I went and applied. I never said anything to anybody. And I took that chance. And, the department I'm in, I took a pay cut. And it's cool with me because the overtime that we get makes up for it. So I get more back. I get more than what I would if I was in the other department. And people don't realize when you take a job somewhere, don't get stuck. Don't get complacent and sitting in that same position for years. You look up and you be 53 and don't have nothing to your name but a water bottle and maybe a pack of cigarettes. And that's not even in your name because you smoke it up and it goes in the trash. So the bottle of water is all you got. So, I'm saying this, don't get stuck. Because there's other opportunities out there for you. But you're too blind to see it because you're stuck you're stuck sitting in the same position with the same pair of underwear on, the same socks, and you refuse to change them because you're afraid your feet and your butt might stink. I think that was a really good metaphor. Or, yes, it's a metaphor, not a simile. So I went on and I applied, and no one knew what I was doing until I got ready to say something. Until I had my interview. Went and did my interview, and went and did my background check the same day. But man, don't I got some nosy coworkers. I didn't even tell nobody. And the first thing I know, somebody see me like, oh, you going for this? And I'm just like, why do you care? But sure, yes. I'm not telling nobody. Next thing you know, I come out, I get done with everything. One of my coworkers was like, "Oh, congratulations on applying for this position." I'm just like, "How do you know? I didn't even see you. I have not said anything to anyone." Only 3 people knew that I was going for it, and it was a supervisor. It was the one lady who encouraged me. There's another female who went out for the position that I went out for, but she did not get it. But I got it. So, uh, so and the only 3 people I know, they never said anything. They was like, "No, I'm not gonna say nothing because that's for you to tell." Mind you, I didn't tell anyone in my department what I was doing until my last day. But Blabbermouth went on and told everybody. So next you know, I look up a week later, my superintendent saying, "Hey, why you ain't tell me?" I'm like, "Tell you what?" And she like, "Why you ain't tell me?" I said, "Because there's nothing to tell you." I'm thinking like she want me to tell her like I was gonna be late. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm late today, but I don't have to tell you I'm gonna be late as long as I call my supervisor." She's like, "No, why you ain't tell me about the other thing?" Because it wasn't your business. It's not your business. Everything I do is not your business. You're not my mother. You're not my father. You're not my bald head grandmama. And she's not even bald head, y'all. They both got hair. So that was a bad comparison. But I'm like, it's nothing to tell. You'll find out when I find out. Because mind you, I hadn't even known if I got the job yet. I just went through everything. I was done, completed on my polygraph, my psych test. I did all that. So I get like the letter like the next 2 days, and an email saying I had got the position, and I can come to the HR department and pick up my letter, my acceptance letter, and give it to my superintendent. And you know, I wanted to give it to her personally. I didn't want you to send an email. I wanted to give it to her personally, let her know that you don't decide my fate. You don't decide whether I stay in the department or I don't. You do not decide anything about me. I decide everything about me. So went on and gave my paper, and she's like, "Oh, you're taking a pay cut." I sure am taking a pay cut to get the hell out this department. But that's fine with me. You could sit here at this desk all day and twiddle your thumbs. I'm gonna sit at this desk all day and twiddle my thumbs. But I'm gonna be happy twiddling my thumbs. You know why? Because I'm stress free. Stress free. I can't even talk. So yeah, went on, did that, gave my paper. They only got a 5-day notice. My last day was the 4th. I started my new department the 5th. So you don't get a 2 weeks notice from me. You get a 5-day notice. Not even 5 days. Okay? Went on, did that, jumped over to this department, went to the academy, passed, graduated, stayed certified, and I come back in my uniform and people just looking. Because you know what? Them people was talking bad about me, saying, "Hey, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna do this. She'll be back." But them same people that said I ain't gonna do nothing still sitting on their ass doing nothing. They still sitting there putting their face in the toilet bowl, basically licking toilet water. They still being negative Nancy's. But guess what? You could be a negative Nancy over there with a toilet bowl brush in your hand and a mop bucket in the other hand. Because I'm not doing it no more. But when I walked in, they couldn't say nothing. They had this stupid look on their face. And I found out that they was talking mad stuff about me. But I'm like, guess what? That's fine. Because you'll always be miserable and I'll always be happy. And I don't have no problem. I'll speak to every single last one of them. Because that's just the type of person that I am. I don't hold grudges. Y'all might hold grudges, but I don't. That's what I say. People cannot stop you from shining. People cannot stop you from having what God has for you, because it's for you. It's not for them to determine your fate. Only you can determine your fate. And only God can determine your fate. And they ain't either one of them. So I just want to say that, that don't get complacent. Don't get stuck in these jobs. If you hate your job or you do not like your job, then you move on. It's other jobs out there. It's other agencies. It's jobs all over. There's over a billion jobs in one city. So don't get stuck. If you want to branch out, branch out. If you want to be that one leaf that don't want to be stuck to the tree, fly off. For all I care. But make sure you land correctly. Make sure you land in the correct spot. Because that might be the spot you stay at for the rest of your life. You never know. Or you might be, morphed into the soil and brought back out through the tree. Who knows? And you get to start all over again in a new position, in a new spot. So I just want to say that. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody. And I wish everybody the best. Like I said, don't let people downplay you and down talk you, because at the end of the day, you're great. And they might think they're great, but they're probably not great. I'm gonna say this: everybody's great. But like I said, don't get stuck. Don't, because you'll look up and be 53, and all you have to your name is a bottle of water and maybe a bag of Flamin' Hots. That's about it. It's your girl Kiana Shaunice. Once again, it's another video in the same day. So don't get it twisted. I ain't dirty. I'm at work. Peace.